one.
All right. Welcome in. Yeah, found us once again. Shoot the Gap, the Rabbit Hole Fantasy Football Focus Show, here to help you to be gruntled with your fantasy football team and your fantasy football decisions. I am your humble host, Brian Baldwin, and of course, it's my pleasure, my honor, to introduce Connor. We got Marshall. Connor, how you doing, sir?
Dude, I'm doing great. I finally got the all-elusive win in all of my leagues in fantasy, and God has smiled upon us because he gave you the same thing. So we are in sync this week.
Oh, yeah, man. This is the first time all season that I've won in both leagues. Yeah,
Same.
it's an amazing feeling. Yeah, I wish I could put it in a bottle and sell it. But we're still fighting for the playoffs, dude. So we'll see what that says.
Mm-hmm.
It's now the 170th show, November 21st, in this hopeful year of our Lord. And man, today, this day, man, we got a lot to go, a lot to take on, a lot to talk about. We're going to be doing waiver wire targets, of course. We're going to be doing the start sit for the four games, 3 Thanksgiving games, 1 Black Friday game, and then of course we have news, to do. So we got a lot to do, man. A lot to do. So let's go ahead and let's get started. You ready, man? You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and let's start off with some Merry Early Christmas. And hit me some Christmas music there, DJ. Yo, DJ. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So
Merry Early Christmas. All right. So I've always found it's easier to hear bad news in a nice way. So I'm going to say Merry Early Christmas to a player's manager, and then Connor will tell me why. And dude, I'm telling you, man, these aren't hard. You should be able to get them. I tell you that all the time.
Okay.
I know. Okay. How about this? The first one you'll get with no problem. Okay, because I just want to talk about that. Okay, so this one's pretty obvious. Let's go and get started. Merry Early Christmas, Zach Charbonnet.
Kenneth Walker got injured with an oblique injury.
Yeah.
Carol said it's legit.
Yes, legit and injury. So, what do you take the statement legit? How do you digest it?
I think that means that Pete Carroll wants to know. He wants Kenneth Walker to know that he knows how hard he's playing and that he's hurt. It's one of those things where it's like your player's really hurting, like you don't want to seem insensitive to them.
I got you. What I'm hearing and what I'm reading is that that's one way to decipher it, and that's probably the correct way. The other way to decipher is saying legit, meaning that yes, he actually has an oblique strain. It's not something that's like it might be like a tweak or anything. Either has a firm grade 1, or it might even be a grade 2. Grade 1 oblique strains, they take anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks to heal, and maybe sometimes longer depending how the player's body responds to treatment. Grade 2, of course, will be even longer. Zach Charbonnet would get the gift because he has the body type and skill set to be a 3-down back. So I think that while Walker's away, Zach Charbonnet will play, man. So yeah, I think it's going to be a good thing. So even though this is kind of a preview to the Thursday night or Thanksgiving, but it's a bad. Would you be afraid to play Charbonnet against the 49ers?
Yeah, I was. We were talking about that earlier today. I don't know. I'm kind of torn because theoretically, if there is a lot of pressure on Geno, he could dump the ball off to Charbonnet a lot. So, that could help him out and cover his floor. But then at the same time, it's like those Niners defense with like Chase Young just looks simply scary, dude. And I'm just scared to go up against that. But you know what? Volume is king. Some running backs have been doing good against the Niners. So, you know what? Fuck it. I'm feeling spicy. Yeah, let's start Charbonnet.
How about this? Okay, let me go and just turn the spice into something, dude. Okay, what did you are a Rachaad White, correct?
Yeah.
Were you happy with Rachaad White's output this past week?
Yeah.
Okay, so the 49ers, it's their run their run. Chase Young has helped strengthen their pass rush defense. This is what he's done. Okay, hasn't really done much to the run. In fact, the run defense got even worse because the safety. I can't pronounce the dude's name, but he's like the All-Pro safety that was was like their linchpin on the run defense is out for the year, and so that makes them. That's why White did so well last game. Right, and so I'm thinking the way I'm looking at it is I think it's wheels up for Zach Charbonnet. I mean, don't go crazy. Keep it in your pants. I'm looking at strong running back 2 numbers. I'm not saying he's going to be a league winner by any stretch with especially going against the 49ers. I'm just saying I think he's going to be a good play because, like you said, volume is king. One question I did have for you, man, on this: if the Seahawks, if they hit a losing skid. Okay, having games against the 49ers, the Cowboys, the 49ers, and the Eagles in the next month, and it looks like they aren't going to make the playoffs, what chances would you put that they would just shut down Walker if he's not back by then?
It seems probable.
Yeah, so this could be one of those things, right?
Yeah, I'm really excited because now I have insurance in case Mixon isn't as good without Burrow.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a great play. I really think that. I think Charbonnet is going to be a great play. The kid's got talent. If you remember, man, I remember the first month of the season, he hit the cornerback for the Ravens, and that dude went backwards. Okay, so, so he's got some strength. This is his opportunity. He knows it. They know it. I think it's going to be a great thing. Merry Early Christmas. Moving on. Merry Early Christmas. Jake Browning, man.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
He is the starting quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. Yes, going forward. Oh. Yeah. So, let's talk about that real quick. I don't need to go into all that mess. That would happen Thursday, but we just haven't had a chance to talk about it. The injury to Joe Burrow. What does that do in your mind to Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon, any of the tight ends? Are these guys playable? Are they benchable? Are they droppable? Which ones what do you think of? Like, of all those, which ones are you keeping?
Burrow, Chase and Mixon.
Okay, so those are the
and then
okay, those are the 2 guys that you're starting with the hope that they can overcome.
With that being said, Evan McPherson is not startable anymore. He's been missing. His whole thing was that he was good from long range, and he's been missing field goals a lot more out from 50 yards than he used to. He used to be like 80%. Now he's like 60%.
All right.
So
okay. What?
Everyone else is either droppable or benchable. I think Higgins. Hold on to him, but bench him, and then everyone else drop.
Tyler Boyd, tight ends, drop. Yeah. T. Higgins also is he's been a huge disappointment. So if you have we were talking with Doc and Ethan, and he has Flowers and Josh Downs available. This is a waiver wire show. Dude, if those guys are there, I mean, holy mackerel, dude. I was listening to a podcast. Connor, I was listening to a fantasy football podcast. Connor, I was listening to...
Yes.
They have sponsors. People are paying money for these people to say... They're saying to drop Zay Flowers. They're saying to drop Josh Downs. Dude, don't do that. Those are guys that, like, if you see those guys, I would... Those
sound like the kind of guys that had to watch the Cardinals lose to the Texans on Sunday.
I'm just saying, man, that's bad advice, dude. Zay Flowers, I mean, we'll be talking about it here, in a second.
Yeah, it's terrible
in a second. And in fact, let's move on to that. Merry Early Christmas, Zay Flowers. Let's just do that. Let's just go there.
Mark Andrews is out
right.
for you.
And the reason why I wanted to make sure I make this point is that, look, okay, now he's going to be out. Okay, I know that John Harbaugh came out and said that there's an outside chance that Andrews is going to return. That's for the football season, not for fantasy season. He's done for fantasy season. Week
Yeah.
1 when Andrews was out, Flowers turned 12 touches into 87 yards. Okay, that was 10 targets, 9 receptions, and 2 rushes. All right, dude. So I'm telling you, they use this guy whenever Andrews was out. Whenever Andrews was back, then he was. Then here we go. The Flowers got his production went down, and so yeah, it's all concurrent. It's all working. Okay, so Flowers is the one that's going to be doing. Not likely. I think that's. Yeah, I don't think it's Isaiah like.
I agree, yeah, because Likely did really good last year, but Zay Flowers wasn't there. And the thing is, the two types of wide receivers that Lamar Jackson likes to throw to are tight ends and speedy wide receivers. I don't know why, but that's what he likes to throw to.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Moving on here. Merry Early Christmas, Patrick Taylor, manager. With Aaron Jones, yeah, I did think you would. This was my one I knew I was going to get. Yeah, this is a deep dive, and everybody's like, who's Patrick Taylor? Well, let me tell you. Yeah, with Aaron Jones considered week to week due to an MCL sprain, A.J. Dillon is set to take over the backfield, but he was limited on Tuesday's practice due to a groin strain. Third stringer Emmanuel Wilson was also did not practice due to a shoulder injury, so that leaves Patrick Taylor, who the team gave a few snaps to last year when they lost faith in A.J. Dillon. So if A.J. Dillon can't go or doesn't perform well, it could be Patrick Taylor, who was released and then quickly re-signed after the Aaron Jones injury, being the lead back for this impotent offense. But yeah, I figured that was interesting to say because I know people we're talking about waiver wire and the two top running backs right now. Tell me who the two top waiver wire running backs are. Go ahead, Connor, say them.
Zach Charbonnet
and
Devin Singletary.
A.J. Dillon. Yeah.
A.J. Dillon.
Yeah, because I wanted to make sure and let everybody know that dude's got a groin. Okay? And not only did he have a groin injury, that last year, whenever Aaron Jones was out, he played so bad that they put in Patrick Taylor, and that's the dude they just signed. Okay? That's the whole reason for the Merry Early Christmas on
yeah, the A.J. Dillon experiment is over. Just because your legs are big doesn't mean you're good at football.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and let's shut down the Christmas. Let's go ahead and just spend a couple of minutes talking about some news items real quick.
Alrighty.
Do you have the good news?
It's playing right now.
Okay. All right, man. We'll start with this one here, dude. All right. Devon Achane. All right, he is considered day-to-day, re-injured the same knee, okay? But the chance, what do you think the chances that he plays on Friday? What do you think they are?
0.
That's what I think so too. So who's going to be in the backfield for
Mostert and Ahmed?
And who else?
Ahmed.
And who else?
Jeff Wilson.
Yes.
Jr.
Today, Connor. Today, the Miami Dolphins put Salvon Ahmed on season-ending IR due to a foot injury last. So yeah, so now it's just going to be Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson Jr. Yeah,
So if you manage to hold on to Jeff Wilson Jr. this long, bravo.
Yeah. Oh, and also, same thing if you didn't lose faith on Raheem Mostert. Yeah, because they're gonna be playing against the Jets, and I know the Jets have a strong defense, but it's my feeling for that game. I mean, we'll be doing our start sits for the weekend on Saturday. The last minute advice columns working pretty well. But anyway, my advice would be for Raheem Mostert is that I could see where they're going to be a lot of turnovers for the defense for Miami, and that Raheem Mostert is the goal line back, if anything, right? So I could see him having at least a lot of good chances, a lot of good opportunities. They're starting with this new tight end, this new quarterback. Even though the defense is really strong with the Jets, with this whole mess up, and I think if they get up 2 scores, Connor. 2 scores, either 2 touchdowns or a touchdown and a field goal, that's going to crumble the team, no matter if they're at home or not. So anyway, I think I wanted to talk about that. About the Salvon Ahmed is huge for Mostert and The Rams. Talk to me about this, dude. They released Darrell Henderson Jr. What do you think about that, man?
I mean, yeah, we were talking, we had actually a pretty spirited discussion today in the Shoot the Gag group chat. And I was very bullish very early on in the discussion about how I thought Kyron Williams was going to get a lot of work when he came back. And I brought up the point that Sean McVay's, his plan A is to have a workhorse running back. That's his dream. His best offense is a workhorse running back with 3 wide receiver sets. That's what we saw when we had Todd Gurley. I mean, that was the golden age of the Rams. We had Todd Gurley, we had Cooper Kupp, we had Robert Woods, and we had Brandon Cooks. And for all intents and purposes, we kind of have that again. We have Kyron Williams, we still have Cooper Kupp, and now we have Puka and Tutu. So, after that, Henderson got waived. So, the money and history are both pointing towards Williams being the guy.
I am the walrus. I am the walrus.
I am the walrus. Yes.
Shut up, Donnie. You're way by me.
Your foot was over the line.
All right. Yeah. No, I got you. I agree. That just shows you that Kyron Williams. One thing that I was, it was a start-sit thing, and it involved. We're not going to go into what it involved. Let's just talk about the Kyron Williams situation. Sir. Oh, that.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. It's this thing was deflated. Anyway, I have a. Anyway, it's my new lawn ornament for.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it finally deflated.
Baby Yoda.
Yeah, it finally deflated. Yeah, Grogu. Yeah. Anyway, because we're doing a whole Star Wars thing. But anyway,
nice.
Well, actually, hey, look at that. Funny how that worked out. But yeah, so Kyron Williams, that normally what you're concerned about is that when they come back from this type of injury, that players have a low production coming back for the first week, and it's usually the second week that they're starting to get back to normal, or they can start to be dependent upon. Well, Kyron Williams had 4 weeks plus 1. Right, because there was a bye week mixed in there. So if you think about 4 weeks, and it's when they come in. So on the 5th week is whenever they're kind of weird. Then the 6th week they're good. Well, he's going on the 6th week. I think Kyron Williams is somebody that you can absolutely trust. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned that. Derek Carr remains in the concussion protocol, and that's big news for Alvin Kamara and Chris Olave managers. Why?
Because Jameis Winston.
Okay, but why? Why is it big news for either one of them? It's good for one, bad for the other. Yeah, one way or the other.
It's good for Olave, bad for Kamara.
Yeah, right. If Winston is in, that's great for Olave, bad for Kamara. Carr is in, good for Kamara.
Good for Kamara, bad for Olave.
So, yeah, and.
Poor Derek Carr. I watched a really long, detailed video on how the Raiders did him dirty, and I'm actually a Derek Carr fan now. And it sucks because you can tell he's trying to play through a shoulder injury, and he just can't throw it very far. And you can tell he's trying to, but he really should just let it heal.
Yeah. Real quick, Pittsburgh Steelers, they fired offensive coordinator Mac
Finally!
Canada. Yeah, so does this make you feel better? Bad? Blame Canada.
Yeah,
blame Canada. Yeah. That's what I think about.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Okay. So are you what are you thinking you're going to see more? Like, what's going to change? Passing, running? What do you think is going to change?
I mean, everything. I think that we hopefully will see George Pickens get used more.
Okay.
And as a Najee Harris manager, I hope that even though he's looked terrible, they give him more work. And he somehow does better.
Okay.
Or I don't know, they throw to him more or some shit. I don't know. Just figure it out. Make him good so I can.
I'll be surprised if Najee Harris is on the Steelers now. They're good. They're gonna give it to Warren. All right, let's go.
You think he's a one-hit wonder?
Well, no. The situation changed. Warren's a better running back, and he can go into a situation where they need his service, and he could do better. So it's time to move on. And just like it is for them, it's time for you and I to move on to. Let's move on to the waiver wire. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, we should probably get some sort of music for it or something. yeah. I just totally just thought about that. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Okay, let's go and start with quarterback. All right. So let me go ahead and I'll start with it's usually the first one I do this with and none of the others. So let me just start it with just do my customary one. Okay, if another one pops up, we'll do it. But here's a who am I do type of thing. All right. So, all right, this dude, he scored the 9th most fantasy points from week 5 to week 9. Okay, he got off to a fine start last week. Okay, completing 13 of 18 passes for 110 yards before being concussed and suffering a shoulder injury. Who am I? One more clue. We just talked about him.
We just
Yay! Opa! Okay.
Opa!
Yeah, so he's available, dude. You know, and like somewhere like around 20% of leagues. You know, he's he's rostered. You know, so he's got about 20% roster percentage. I mean, is that somebody that you're looking to have? Let's say if you lost Joe Burrow, would you want to pick up Derek Carr?
Yeah, but I mean, I would also pick someone else up.
Yeah,
because you can just put Derek Carr in your IR. You need someone.
Yeah, but he does, dude, have the most favorable schedule for quarterbacks during the fantasy playoff. Okay, so
that is true. I would still double down. I'm not gonna lie. Tommy DeVito is actually kind of popping.
Okay. So you like him? Did I get that? Yes? No?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. We have to talk about this because it's a waiver wire show. Okay, so we gotta talk about this dude. Okay, you hate him. Okay, so please put that aside. Jordan.
Okay, Jordan Love.
Completed 27 of his 40 passes for 322 yards, 2 touchdowns, led the team to a victory. All right, over the Chargers. Right, just shows you how bad the Chargers defense is, and by the way, the Chargers defense is about to get even worse because now Bosa has been put on IR, so it's gotten worse. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, the Chargers are the only team that can make you forget Khalil Mack still played in the NFL. It's not his fault.
Yeah, but it's good. That's good news for Justin Herbert. You know, Keenan Allen man can be passing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but anyway, back to Jordan Love. Okay, dude, he started the season with 3 straight top 10 finishes. All right, it had a high touchdown rate. All right, of course he fell. He fell down, but now they have Dobbs and Reed. They've been consistently making big plays during this stretch. Christian Watson, scored a touchdown. Even Dontavian. There you go, Dontavian Wicks. I'm happy with myself. Yeah, he put up big numbers. Okay. We'll go ahead. It's my feeling, dude. I know that we'll probably be talking. We'll be talking about one of the Packers receivers here pretty soon. But it's my feeling that none of the wide receivers for the Packers are fantasy. You just don't know. It's just like the Chiefs. You just don't know who's going to get it. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's just you just don't know. Okay, and so that's the wide receivers. But the point is that he's spreading it around, so no wide receiver is really somebody you really want. However, he is benefiting, right? 322 yards, 2 touchdowns. Is that something you want to put on your roster?
Yeah, I would start. Yeah, I would take a shot on Jordan.
Whoa!
At this point.
Whoa! We must be getting close to Christmas time. Look at the forgiveness and the peace that is just floating around.
I would start him over Russell Wilson.
Oh my gosh! Wow! This is a monumental moment for the show.
But let's not get crazy. I would still rather try to do my own thing and take a shot on DeVito or maybe Aiden O'Connell than actually have Jordan Love on my team.
Okay, so those guys, would you advise though? Other than your team, would you advise them?
No, I would advise. Yeah, I would be more. it's a thing where it's like I would advise people to start Jordan Love, but it's like I've put so much bad energy out towards him. Like I wouldn't trust him on my team because I feel like he would just fuck me in the end when it mattered most.
Okay, rank Derek Carr, Jordan Love, Gardner Minshew, and which one do you want to pick?
DeVito.
Okay, DeVito. Okay, go ahead. Okay. Yeah. Rank those guys.
Love, DeVito. Did you say Ritter?
No, I did not mention Ritter, and I'm not going to.
you said Minshew.
Yes.
And who else?
I said Jordan Love, Derek Carr.
Oh, Derek Carr. I'm sorry. Derek Carr is third. Minshew is last.
So it's Jordan Love, then it's DeVito, Tommy DeVito,
Mm-hmm.
then it's Derek Carr, and then it's Gardner Minshew. Okay, even though Gardner Minshew has a phenomenal schedule, third best schedule for fantasy quarterbacks over the rest of the season.
Gardner Minshew has only had one really good game for fantasy, and he did that against the Browns. So good fucking luck trying to predict what he's going to do.
Okay, well, it coincided with the injury to Josh Downs. Now Joshua Downs is back. You know, I mean, he's playing against Tampa Bay. I think that I would move Gardner Minshew up. I really would. I don't have DeVito.
I don't know. The Tampa Bay defense is kind of nice with it.
Oh yeah, I loved what. Yeah, I mean, take a look and see what the wide receivers have done against them, dude, fantasy wise. And boy, you're gonna be excited about that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's keep it moving.
Okay, let's go ahead and move on to running back. Okay, we've already talked about Zach Charbonnet. Would you put Charbonnet above AJ Dillon?
I'm actually a little offended at the question on a spiritual level.
Wow. Okay. Yes.
I'm joking.
No, share.
Yeah, bro. No. Like I feel like you know I would do, but you're just asking that because we're on the radio.
Yeah.
And you want to? Yeah. No. I mean, dude, that's like saying, hey, do you want to go out with that 4 who you know has a yeast infection, or that girl that used to be a 7 and then she glowed up and now she's a 9? Which one do you want to go on a date with?
Okay. Well, the point.
You know
okay,
what I mean?
But these are questions people are asking, and
some people ask that question.
And you know me, dude. I'm either reading about fantasy football or I'm listening to podcasts while I'm doing chores and stuff around, doing my shit, right? And so, I'm hearing like I've listened to several podcasts today, and they are talking about these guys are neck and neck. I've even heard of one that was saying that AJ Dillon is that if you need a start, that don't pick up Charbonnet, pick up AJ Dillon, and that, or no, excuse me, pick up use Charbonnet, don't pick up Dillon. But if you need it for the full season, that AJ Dillon is a better bet than Charbonnet. That so this is what's out there. And
that sounds like something Andy Hall.
No. It wasn't from the Ballers. It was from another podcast. Yeah, but I think he might have said that. Now that you say it,
I can hear him saying that exact thing in that cadence.
Okay.
If you need someone to start this week, Charbonnet's your man. But if you need a running back to bolster your roster for the rest of the season, AJ Dillon's a better bet.
So yeah, sure. Do you feel that way?
But he's wrong. Charbonnet's the better.
Yeah, both ways. Both ways. Yeah, because AJ Dillon is spurts. He showed that he's better as a supplement, as a complimentary back than a prime back. It's just
kind of like Ben Tate.
It's happened so many times, dude. It's like what? It's the running back version of Zach Wilson, right? Am I right? Because they're like, we saw this crap last year, but then they just thought that maybe since it's a year older, it's going to smell better. But no, crap smells just as bad than every time you take a sniff of it.
It's got hairs growing on.
It's the same thing with AJ Dillon. We've seen this before. Everybody, remember the lessons to the past. So
remember the outlook.
Yeah. Would you pick up AJ Dillon above Keaton Mitchell?
No, because Gus Edwards is injury prone. So Keaton Mitchell is still. I know he hasn't done that much, but he has looked good. His production isn't because he isn't good. AJ Dillon isn't good at football. Keaton Mitchell is good at football, and if Gus Edwards gets injured, Keaton Mitchell is the guy. He's already ahead of Justice Hill on the top on the depth chart.
There you go. Yeah, this is handcuff season, so that's the handcuff.
I wouldn't. I'm dropping Keaton Mitchell only because I have Pacheco, David Montgomery, Joe Mixon, and Zach Charbonnet.
Well, what'd you pick up?
I'm trying to drop Keaton Mitchell so that I can get a tight end because I lost Mark Andrews for the year, and I have Freiermuth, and I'm not happy with that.
There you go.
So that's the only reason why I'm dropping.
There you go.
Mitchell.
Yeah, for like in that situation, yeah. But if not, he's good. He's good just to throw down bench. See, but just for handcuffs, especially if you're the Gus Edwards.
Well, yeah, because Gus Edwards could get injured in a week or two, and then you could still have a shot to be in the playoffs, and now you have a fucking awesome running back that comes in just when you need him, and that's how you win championships.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly right. Exactly. Well, that's one of the things that helps. Yeah, it definitely doesn't hurt the cause, at all. Yeah, so the running backs, we start getting into really bad. Now we get to a point where I could start talking about running backs, Connor, but I don't think they're going to help people. And the reason why I say that is we're talking about long shots here. Stuff like Leonard Fournette, I'm hearing, Ty J. Spears, Kenneth Gainwell, Zamir White. These are the names that I'm hearing, out there. But these are guys that are like, you don't make a move at this particular time just to make a move, right? I mean, these are ones that if you have a roster spot, like let's say that if you have like Joe Burrow and you have Kyler Murray. Joe Burrow went down, so you put Kyler Murray. You have an open spot. You don't care about a backup quarterback. So you want to pick somebody to put on your roster. That's what these guys are for. I don't really want to. I think the ones that we covered are the ones that should be talked about.
Yeah, I don't want to cover anyone else.
So let's go ahead and let's move on to wide receivers. And let's talk about wide receivers real quick. So
Tank Dell, if he's still available.
I doubt he is,
but I don't think he is.
Yeah, Noah Brown now because he might have gotten dropped. Because of his of
that weird window.
Well, that weird window was that was crazy. Yeah, I can't believe that. That just for that.
You and me both took advantage of it.
Yeah, the weird window, right? But anyway, he might have been dropped because if you have you have Noah Brown, I have Noah Brown. You got the notices like I did that a lot of teams as soon as he was ruled out,
7,000 people dropped Noah Brown.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and so that means
you're an idiot.
Yeah, right. So that means a lot that he could be out there. If he's out there, I mean, check your waiver wire, see if that's there. Same thing with Josh Downs. People might have dropped him because he went to a bye week. He was injured, so they might have dropped him if he's there. So rate these wide receivers. Okay, so we don't have to. I don't. Look at. Can you check real quick and see what the rostership of Noah Brown is? I mean, to see if he's even somebody that
how rostered he is. I'm gonna guess he is 37% rostered.
Is that a guess or is that
That's my guess.
What? Well, dude, I mean, you have the.
My gut. I'm logging in. I don't.
It's 48%. Yeah, 48%. So
my original gut was 55, and then I thought, it seems too high. Okay. I'm gonna drop it low. So the gut was right. Yeah. The brain was wrong, but the gut was right. The gut is dialed in, ladies and gentlemen.
The gut said 37 and it's 48, but whatever. Close enough.
No, I said 37. My gut said 55. I
but your gut said 55. Wait. You're wrong both ways. It's 48.
You're wrong. Let's keep it pushing.
So, but no, the point is that he definitely qualifies for person we should be talking about. Noah Brown is somebody you should be picking up. I know everybody is like one person that Connor again, a waiver wire show I was listening to. They were advising people to pick up Robert Woods. I would not do that. I would not do that. Yeah, I would pick up Noah Brown.
Yeah, why the fuck would you say to pick up Robert Woods, dude? Have you watched the Texans games? He's our worst receiver.
Well, yeah, but he almost caught a touchdown, and so he's been depended upon. He's been kind of playing the Noah Brown.
Yeah, you know what happened with that touchdown? It was an interception. All right, Noah Brown would have caught that shit and then took it to the end zone like a boss.
Yeah, he did kind of solidify Noah Brown's position. Like if you watch the Texans game, Robert Woods solidified Noah Brown being in the starting lineup when he comes back. I know that Robert Woods is a captain. He's not going to be not playing, but
it's just look, like Robert Woods, if you're listening, I'm not trying to disrespect you. Like it's like you are a good wide receiver. He does good. Like we saw him got first downs and stuff. It's just we have a good wide receiver room, man. So you got to get that pecking order right.
Okay, so let's go ahead and let's rank these wide receivers in order. Okay, let's just say if they're there, let's just throw them out there. Josh, you know what, dude? I could probably tell you exactly what the rostership real quick of Josh Downs is. See if we even talk about him. It is 50%. So yeah, we should talk about him. Okay, so put in Josh Downs, Noah Brown, Demario Douglas. It's me, Demario, and Jaden Reed.
The New England guy is on the bottom of the pecking order.
Okay, so Demario's on the bottom. No respect for Demario.
I would put Noah Brown on the top, and then I would put Jaden Reed, after Noah Brown.
Okay.
And then the other guys in between.
So Josh Downs.
Josh Downs?
Yeah.
He's the Colts guy, right? Yeah. Yeah, he's third.
Okay. I would not rank it that way at all. At all. Yeah, so I understand. I would put Josh Downs first. Okay. But he's got a phenomenal record. A phenomenal schedule coming out. He has the second best schedule for wide receivers over the rest of the season. Okay, so I would want him. He's just coming off the bye week. He should be 100% coming off from the bye week from the knee injury. He was Minshew's favorite target. And he's playing Tampa Bay. Josh Downs would be number one for me, and then it would be Noah Brown, and then it would be Jaden Reed, and then it would be Demario. No respect for the Demario. Yeah, because I don't know who's gonna be throwing you the ball, Demario. So yeah, that's why I have no respect. So that's how I would put it. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's the only reason why I'm really high on Josh Downs. I'm excited. I'm a manager of Josh Downs. Romeo Doubs, if he's out there, I would not take a shot at him. I am a Romeo Doubs manager. I hate the ride. Can't stand it. You would hate it too. Don't put yourself through it. Hey, don't do it.
That's why I had my thing ranked the way I
ranked it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, right. Okay, all right. Any interest in Jameson Williams?
Nah.
No. Well,
I'm an Amon-Ra.
Right.
St. Brown manager in all three leagues. I don't have any need for another Lions player.
Yeah, and I think he's still behind Josh. So nothing to.
Yeah. Goff likes Reynolds.
Tight ends. Are there any tight ends, man? Are there really any?
I think Otton and Jonnu Smith are the only ones who are probably still on waivers and are worth taking a look at. Look, like Taysom Hill, like someone might drop someone because they have a waiver and then they have a bye and then you can pick someone up. But besides those two guys, I wouldn't go chasing after Likely. I don't think Isaiah Likely is going to do that much. I think it's going to be the Zay Flowers show.
Yeah, on the run, right? If they even do passing, because they might be going. They actually might be doing something where they do more running since they're playing against Vegas, so it might be something like that. But in the air, I think that is how it's going to work out. With Zay Flowers being the top of the hill, and everybody else down. Okay, so I don't think that I would be too excited about that too much, man. Are you with me? As far as like the tight ends, you're with me on that, right?
See.
Okay, so you're not Tyler Conklin. He kind of did okay.
Nah.
Not into Tyler Conklin. Okay, because I'm in.
No.
He was looking all right. He was looking all right, and then last week happened.
What team does he play for?
The Jets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me if these guys are droppable. Make sure I have the list here because I had the list. I had the reason why I'm like stumbling over myself because I had the list in front of me and then I don't. Yeah, so now I don't have it. Yeah, so name off the top of your mind. Okay, teams that are guys that are droppable. Okay, I think I might have found it.
Zeke.
I think I might have found it.
Okay.
Okay, I think I might have found it. Yeah. Okay, good. Woo! All right, here we go. Miles Sanders droppable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rashawn Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay, even though Deontay Foreman, I think that whole backfield stay away. Would you agree with on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have another running back that came back.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, Justin, the running back won.
Did.
Yeah, Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Yeah. So over 100 yards rushing. Yeah. Darnell Mooney on the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about
Yeah.
Odell Beckham Jr.? We didn't talk about him in the wide receivers because we kind of did a little bit just then. But how do you feel about him?
I don't know. I took a shot on him a couple of years ago when he was on the Rams, and he did pretty good for me. But I mean, I feel like we're like 2 or 3 years removed from that, so he's just so fucking old. I feel like his body's like a ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
And he's not as good as Zay Flowers. Like, I'm much more interested in Zay Flowers than I am Odell.
Yeah, his playing time, like even though that he did do well. Okay, look what happened last week. He caught a few passes, right, and he ended up injuring his shoulder. So his shoulder's injured right now, and like Connor's saying, like his body might be breaking. Okay, all right. Talk about breakdown, Connor. Let's break down the Thanksgiving games and the Black Friday game. So let's go and do that.
Hell yeah.
Let's do that. All right. So, Thanksgiving going to be, wow, we got Packers versus Lions. We have Cowboys versus Commanders. And we have the Seahawks versus 49ers. I think it was always Cowboys 49ers because, Cowboys versus the Indians. Yeah. The woke world has moved
against
on.
The Commanders, you mean? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. We actually, most of our Thursday night football we've gotten has been really shitty, but we get one good game and then two pretty okay games.
Yeah. Well, let's break it down. Let's start with the with Packers versus.
This is my favorite game. This is the offense I've invested in the most heavily this year, the Detroit Lions. All right, so Green Bay versus Detroit, or at Detroit. It's at Ford Stadium. Lions are 7.5-point favorites, 47-point over/under. I'm taking Detroit, and I'm taking the over.
Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about who are we interested in now. We talked about Jordan Love. Would you play Jordan Love versus these Detroit Lions?
I think he's the only guy besides Dobbs I would start. Maybe Reed if I'm not.
Yeah, and even Dobbs was not a fun. Telling you, man.
Right.
Because here's the thing. Okay, and Connor. Okay, unless you have somebody like we're about to talk about in the Lions, unless you have these guys that we're about to talk about, Connor has. I do try my best not to play anybody on Thanksgiving or Christmas whenever they're on Christmas, because I want to enjoy that day. So I don't want to be contingent. This incredible holiday contingent on if this guy that doesn't even know that I exist playing well. So.
Well, I'm lucky that the guy I'm playing on Thanksgiving is Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay.
So I'm not too worried.
Okay, and the Packers are weak against are vulnerable against the run. Okay, and here, how is Jair Alexander? Do you know his health? Do you know the health of him?
No, I don't know who he is.
You don't know who Jair Alexander is? Are you kidding me?
Oh, he's the cornerback for the Packers,
The
right?
cornerback.
The really good
Yes, the
cornerback.
Pro Bowl cornerback.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know that he was having issues. Like he was, I think he was injured. He was limited on Tuesday. With the shoulder, but that's Tuesday walkthrough. But he was also limited on Monday. Yeah, so he played through the injury against the Chargers. So he might be playing, on a short week. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, so that's the threat is. But even whenever he played, you saw what Herbert did. So yeah, Amon Ra I think is a great play, of course. Now they're
David Montgomery, Gibbs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about Goff though. Well, yeah, I'll start Goff because he's at
There
home.
you go. That's going to be my question. Is he at home? Yes. Is it a prime time game? Yes. Yeah.
And I think I might actually start the Lions defense.
It'd be all right. Even though that their weakness is what the Packers' offense strength is. So that's a concern.
Yeah, but Aaron Jones is going to be out for this game, which is going to make the Packers' offense really one-dimensional.
Right, but still, that's where they're weak at, though. That it's.
No, yeah, you're right, but the Lions, they do have a kind of good pass rush, and I know that Love isn't the best quarterback, and the Packers don't have the best line, so the Lions could get after him, and if he's on his butt all day,
man, now that I think about it, if you're going to start a Packer, yeah, I would say probably Jordan Love. And the wide receivers are tough to. I can't get behind either. I'm trying to get behind the wide receivers. I can't because
you see what I'm saying?
He spreads it around. But here's what I'm saying is that they have one good pass rusher, Aiden Hutchinson. All right, and Jordan Love, if he's shown one thing, he's mobile. Okay, and so if all they have to do is just run away from that side of the line, and they should be okay. The cornerbacks the secondary is very vulnerable for the Lions. So he could have a pretty good day. And that'd be good for you, an Amon-Ra St. Brown manager, because you want the score to be high. You want it to be up. Okay. Yeah, so you want him to be throwing. So this is a good thing, I'm telling you. This is what you want, So I don't think there's really much more to talk about. The Green Bay Packers defense, you're not going to put that there. So I think we can move on to the next game. Command, you agree? Is there anything more you want to say?
No.
Yeah, that one's pretty easy.
That
was pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is too. The Washington Commanders at the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are 11-point favorites.
How much? Which point?
Oh God.
Which points?
I forgot. I wrote down everything except the over/under.
Okay.
I'll look
no. But how many point favored is Cowboys?
They're 11.
11 point. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one's kind of also easy. The Commanders are kind of like you don't really want to start like anything. Yeah, against the Cowboys. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend Jahan Dotson, Terry McLaurin if you're able to. Okay, I understand that you might be in a spot and no bye weeks, but
I still would.
You could be in a spot. So
yeah.
So I can understand you wanting to try to take that chance. It just doesn't seem like it's a good idea because Sam Howell likes to throw a lot of interceptions, and the Cowboys defense is elite. So I can see a lot of turnovers. So you're not going to have a lot of opportunities for your Commander players to score, to perform, because I think it's going to be pretty bad in that respect. And here's one thing I want to add. Okay, so you're gonna start Dak Prescott. You're gonna start CeeDee Lamb. You're gonna start who else? Who else are you gonna start for the Cowboys? The defense, of course.
Pollard.
Okay, you are starting the Pollard. So now you're a believer in Pollard.
I've always been a believer in Pollard.
Well, Pollard hasn't been a believer himself, it seems. But I believe that Rico, I believe he might be a little banged up, and the Commanders are easy to run against. Last time, the week that they traded away Chase Young, I was playing Ramondre Stevenson, and he scored like 25 points, right? So if Ramondre Stevenson can score that high against this Commander defense, then I think that, Pollard should do well, especially if he has the same angst that he had this past week. So that looks like a good play. How about Ferguson? He's been coming on, but Shoemaker was the one that scored the touchdown last week.
Yeah, I mean that shit's just so hard to predict,
Yeah, but would you take a shot on any of these tight ends?
Yeah, I would take a shot on the rookie, not the guy that caught the touchdown, but the guy that's been ahead of it the whole time.
So you just dropped Detroit's defense. That's funny. You're welcome.
Well, I had 3.
Yeah, but you're welcome. You're welcome. But you also have Tampa Bay, which I would not want. I would not recommend against the Colts. No way.
Why?
Why? Dude, look at what the receivers do against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in our league got 22 points last week against the Niners.
Okay. Fair enough.
They do really good in our league.
Fair enough. Yeah, if that's what you want to do, but I wouldn't recommend. But yeah, okay. but no. But Gard Minshew does turnover prone, so I got you, man. I feel you.
He's turnover prone, and he can get.
I feel you. Okay, all right, yeah, but back to this game. Now, one thing I wanted to ask you, Connor, is that whenever the Giants played against the Cowboys, and they were obviously beating the mess out of them, they still had Dak Prescott in there throwing. Now, is that how the Cowboys are going to attack? Are they just going to want to overwhelm every opponent, or was it they were just trying to stick it to the face of the Giants because they tried to do that every year?
I think they were just trying to stick it to the Giants.
Okay, yeah, I think so too. I agree with you there. Okay, I also agree with that too. Yeah. So anyway, oh my God, yeah, Connor dropped Detroit and picked up Keaton. You're welcome. Yeah. So that one's really easy to do too. Yeah. Don't play your Commanders if you want to enjoy your Thanksgiving. How about that? Let's just say that. So okay, let's move on to the last one. Seahawks, 49ers.
This is the most boring one. The Niners at the Seahawks. San Fran 7-point favorites. It's 43 over under. I'm taking San Fran the under. I mean, I don't really think the Niners are going to need to do a whole lot to win this ball game. I think it's going to be pretty boring.
Oh my gosh, dude! I disagree. Holy mackerel, do I disagree with this? Okay, first of all, dude, you got to look at narrative. Okay, narrative street is that 49ers are on top, 7-3. Seahawks 6-4. Okay, they're playing, and where are they playing?
They're in Seattle.
In Seattle, right? So they're gonna 12th man Thanksgiving, dude. They're gonna be coming out and pushing, and something always kind of magical happens with the Seahawks at home whenever their fans are jazzed, right? And this is where they need to beat the 49ers to get to tie for first place, okay, in the division for the playoffs. All right, so dude, they're going to be pushing hard. Geno Smith is a little gimpy, but I would not say it's going to be boring. So let's go ahead and break it down. Let's go and look at the players. Okay, that's the overall of the game. That's narrative street for the game. All right, but as far as fantasy, let's go and talk about it. Which side do you want to take first?
I'll take the Niners since it seems I think they're going to win, and you think the Seahawks are going to win.
I never said that. I just said that it's possible. Okay. I didn't say it's going to be boring. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
I'm going to be honest, man. When the Niners got Chase Young, I was like, okay, this is insane. Like the Niners just have like a Thanos team now.
Okay.
I would start McCaff. I would start Kittle, and maybe Debo or Ayuk. I feel like if you have Ayuk, you're probably starting him. I'm playing against Ayuk, so I am positively envisioning him getting a goose egg this week. But if you have him, you're probably going to start.
No. He's the wide receiver one for he is the stud for a wide receiver for the 49ers, and Brock Purdy seemed to be going downfield more. He's connecting better. He's building a lot of chemistry with Ayuk. I would definitely start Ayuk. McCaffrey, of course, is an auto start. He's he's match proof. So if you have him, there's no way you're sitting. So yeah, he's there. What about Brock Purdy? Would you play Brock Purdy?
No.
No. Brock Purdy over DeVito.
Yeah.
Okay. Or Brock Purdy over all the of the waiver wire people we talked. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Okay, George Kittle. How you feeling about that dude?
I start him. I said I start him.
Okay. The weather's supposed to be fine, by the way.
I would not start Moody. He has continued to suck.
Yeah, dude, that was the guy that they picked like in the 3rd round or something like that because they didn't need anything else. Yeah, so yeah.
Well, they chose him over Robbie Gould. How's that gone for
Exactly right. Not too well. Yeah, a little penisy. The defense, would you start the 49ers defense?
Little penis.
Yeah.
Exactly. It was his little penis.
Yeah. A little cocky.
I would 1,000 million 100 times 3 start the Niners defense.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and move over to the Seahawks. All right. So, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, JSN, any of these guys making you excited?
Are they all healthy?
Yeah. Let's say I think they are. Yeah. I mean they're doing their normal, limited dance, but they
rotation.
Yeah, but they play. Yeah. They're set to play. They should be playing. There's nothing saying they're not.
Yeah. Yeah, they do musical chairs every week to figure out who's going to get injured next.
Okay. So are you?
I'm not gonna lie. The Seahawks are just giving hella like ugly vibes to me. Like I haven't really been paying attention to them. They haven't really seemed that sexy.
Okay. The main. I mean, if DK Metcalf, you're gonna go ahead and start him. Okay. And Tyler Lockett, I think you're gonna go ahead and start him. Temper your expectations. JSN is somebody that you're putting on your bench. He's one of those guys you're just waiting for an injury for him to explode. I know he's picking up and everything like that, but don't play him against the. I don't think that, especially on Thanksgiving, you don't want to You don't want to end your holiday just like on edge. Where's JSN? Where's number 11? That. But Geno Smith.
I don't know. I'm of a difference of opinion about starting guys on Thursday, but I know you're pretty against.
Right. I usually am.
Yeah.
But I am. I am super excited about Zach Charbonnet. I think that Charbonnet is a must start in this situation. It's because he's going to get volume. We saw what Rashad White, a pass catching running back, did. I believe, if I remember correctly, he only got like 3 rushes or something, like 9 rushes, but he got like 6 receptions. So
he did get a running touchdown.
Okay, but yeah, right. He got a running touchdown, but he only got like 30 yards or something like that. But he got the touchdown. But the point is that he was able to gash them by his receiving work, and Charbonnet took over the receiving, the whole receiving area, from DJ Dallas. So he is the receiving back. Now he's going to be the main guy and receiving, dude. It's volume. It's fantastic. Like, let me ask you, dude. Okay, Trey McBride. Okay, I know it's coming out of the blue, but Trey McBride is considered to be Kyler Murray's favorite target. Okay, or pick whoever you think in a lower Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen being Bryce Young's favorite target. These are things I'm thinking about, right? Would you play those guys, Bryce Young, Trey McBride, over Zach Charbonnet?
No.
Right, because volume is key. Volume is key.
Yeah.
So and that's basically. I would start Lockett in summation on the Seahawks. I would start Lockett and DK Metcalf if I have to. I really don't want to. I really don't want to start Geno. He's got a bruise. Okay, and so that 49ers pass rush is rough. But Charbonnet is the one that really is a strong start. Real quick. Oh my gosh, we're about to go over. Black Friday, let's talk about the Dolphins and the Jets. Let's try to do this within like 5 minutes. Let's try not to get too far over.
Miami at the Jets. I mean, it's not going to be hard. It's not going to take very long. Vegas has the Dolphins as 500-point favorites.
Okay.
Unless there's a glitch. That's just what it says. And then the over-under is 41. I'm taking Miami. I'm taking the under. I'm starting Hill. I'm starting Mostert. I'm sitting everyone else.
Defense.
Yeah, I'm starting the Dolphins defense.
The Jets. The only
No, I'm not. I'm not starting anyone
even Hall
besides Brees Hall.
Okay,
Besides
Brees Hall. That's it. That you're right. You're
That's
right. It's really is that easy. It really is that easy.
I'm not cutting Zach. I'm not dropping Garrett Wilson. I'm not doing anything rash. I'm just benching him.
Yeah,
just waiting and seeing.
Yeah. Like we were talking about that earlier, and I was asked if I'm going to start Garrett Wilson because I've been a very big supporter of Garrett Wilson. I'm saying not to do it. Like Connor says, I back him up. Put him on your bench. Watch the experiment. See how this is a new quarterback. How's he going to look? Is he going to look worse than Zach Wilson? It's possible. There's been worse ones out there. Johnny Manziel. So there's been worse ones out there. So it could happen. All right, and he also could favor somebody else. What happened whenever Browning came in for Joe Burrow, he started hitting that Tyler Irwin guy because that's the backup he's connected with because that's who's always been playing with. He hasn't been playing with the starters. So how do we even know that he's going to target Garrett Wilson? He might be targeting Berrios, because he's been playing with Berrios more than he has with Wilson. So yeah, you want to put that on the bench and just see what happens. I was telling Connor, I think that the heart of the Jets has been ripped out with the whole Zach Wilson thing. I think they're very vulnerable right now. I think it's just fins up, so to speak, for the Dolphins. All right. Okay. Nothing more that we should add or have to, correct? All right. So with that, let's land this plane. This plane. Yeah. All right, man. So for you, first of all, before I say all the closing stuff, happy Thanksgiving, buddy. Thank you so much. I am Connor. I know I'm speaking for you. And everybody else connected to the show, that we are very, very grateful for you, very thankful for you listeners and viewers. Thank you so much for supporting us. We have a lot of fun doing this. I hope you have a lot of fun watching us. I hope that we're able to help you. We have had, Connor and I have had championships since the show was started, and we're hoping to pass this on to you, so you guys and gals can win it. I'm so glad you're supporting. Thank you so much for your support. You guys are blessings. Y'all are angels. Thank you so much for everything you do. It's because of you that we are here, so we are very grateful for you. Thank you so much. All right, and anything more you want to add to that, Connor? Okay. Thank you so much for everybody for watching. Make sure and hit the like and subscribe button. Click that bell. Let us know you're out there loving the show. Leave a message. Say, hey, we think this is cool. Hey, we think that's right. Hey, I don't like that flat build hat on Connor. Whatever it is. Yeah, leave a message. Whatever it is.
And share with the
friends. Please. Yeah, help grow the show. Yeah, if you're enjoying it, don't let us be a secret. Help grow it, man. Yeah, show some love, baby. Show some love. And speaking of that, show some love towards High Volume Music Radio. That's a internet radio station startup, highvolumemusicradio.com. Check them out, or download that free High Volume Music Radio app. You'll be so glad that you did. Always check out my show, my radio show, Drive Time Sports with Charlie and Brian on High Volume Radio every Thursday between 4 to 6, except for this Thursday. It's Thanksgiving. No show this Thanksgiving. I apologize, but we will start in 2 weeks. So make sure that gives you enough time to put it on the calendar, put a reminder. Every Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. Central Time, High Volume Music Radio. Check it out. Check out Connor's book, You Know Too Much, on the Amazon platform. You'll be happy that you did. All right, on behalf of Connor the Gut Marshal, me, your humble MC, Brian the Amigo Baldwin, want to thank you for watching. Hope that this year is even better than last. Pardon shots.
Look, just because you are in win now mode doesn't mean that you shouldn't also be planning for the weeks ahead. So moves that you're Brian, you're like, oh yeah, what do you mean by that? Okay, well you should be trying to do both.
That's my parting shot from last show. yeah, really? From the Start Sit show. That's what I'm like.
Oh, well, Brian, I'll be honest with you, I didn't hear that, so that's actually really funny. We both found that advice on our own.
That's why I'm like, what?
Well, hey, no, I thought of that because I picked up Keaton Mitchell again, because I thought, well, Gus Edwards could get injured, and then Keaton Mitchell is the guy. But then I picked up other stuff in leagues where, I needed that. So that's why I gave that advice.
No. It's great advice, and I'm glad you're mentioning it. I'm glad you're mentioning it again, just in case if you're listening to the last minute start sit and you just only had time to listen to wide receiver, quarterback, and then not the end of the show. I'm glad you pointed it out. Mm-hmm. Thank you for bringing that up. I just brought it up because I was like, what? Yeah.
No, I would do the same.
Yeah, my parting shot. My parting shot is investigate, everybody, the perceived bad matchup. And what I mean by that, look at it and say, our defense is really strong against the pass, or are they just weak against the run? Okay, so teams don't pass, they look bad because they just don't pass on them because they don't have to because they run. A good example was the Chargers-Packers, right? Looked like Justin Herbert had a bad matchup, all right, because the Packers are weak against the run, right? No, what happened? He attacked the Packers through the air. They're weak against the air. Boom. Had a great fantasy day. Lost the game. That's not on him. That's on the defense. Point is that it was not a true tough matchup, all right? So that's my whole point. Make sure and check that out. Make sure everything is true. Don't just look at like, oh, it's red or they're ranked 26th worst or whatever. Read, look, investigate. This is the time to do that. That's what wins championships. That extra bit of work, okay? That extra little bit. Do that one little extra step, and Lord willing, you'll come home with some. All right. With that, Connor, last line. Help me out, man. Remember, everyone, in fantasy football as in life.
Don't dream it.
Yeah, all right. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you so much.